What I want to know is, do they make Gymshark shorts different for professional athletes? Because Ryan's legs are bigger than mine, and look at his shorts, they fit perfect. Nice bit of looseness, and now mine look like boxer shorts. What the fuck? Hey guys, so we are on the way to shoot with my client Ryan Terry. I'm so excited. We've been trying to arrange this for a while now. We're actually in the car on the way up from Solihull to a secret location where Ryan lives. We're going to be doing chest today, so he's going to be helping me with my journey to compete next year in 2023 in the Masters. I couldn't pick a better person, the level of experience that he's got, just to get tips, tricks, hints to help me have the best chance of success. And we're also going to sit down and talk to him about his business journey. I don't think he's really filmed a lot of content that's out there that I can see around what a successful business person he is. How does he balance training for the Olympia, running a successful business, and having a family? So we're going to get into all of that, sit down, get in deep, and really try and bring some massive value for you guys as viewers and get an insight into Ryan's life. Remember last time when we trained shoulders? I'm like, is that done now? And it was just the first exercise. That was the shock to my system. Because I can't get, because it's like a traditional training like split, right?
Yeah,
Doing one body part but giving it way more volume.
Yeah.
Now, everything comes in waves, I guess. It's like fashionable and not fashionable, because it's whatever works for you. This obviously works for you, but if you look at the majority of people that train now, they would incorporate chest into an upper body session 2 or 3 times a week, rather than having a set day of it. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, Ryan, show me around. Do you know what, for me, so exciting. I know we joked about me not knowing that you'd competed in the Olympia, but that was a lie. I have been obsessed by bodybuilding for 20 years, and I know I went away from it in between. But I used to literally read every magazine, you be in the magazines. It's quite, for me it's quite funny, because I started in an accounting firm 11 years ago. We only really went into health and fitness over the last 2 years.
Right, okay.
Then the journey of that
so
was
you transitioned back into
lying to get into the gym at 14, 15, knowing who you were probably at that age.
Yeah, definitely.
20 years later to having the business that now you're a client of.
Yeah.
And we have a special relationship where we're talking most days and through the week.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's correct. It's like a bit surreal in a way.
Yeah,
you know?
It is crazy. Because I think like this, for instance, it's a real shame, because obviously we don't really have magazines anymore. Like before bodybuilding, before I stepped on stage, it was all about getting a front cover magazine. Like that was just the ultimate. Especially like growing up, seeing I forgot his name. Rob Riches. Bloody hell.
Rob Riches.
Well, how can we transition? How can we
Blast from the past. You have to keep going, mate. All of our like mess up bits where we forget people's names and all that, we have to leave that in.
Oh shit. Okay.
We have to leave that
Rob
in.
Riches, I remember. But so this spans over 15 years. That was my first ever one. That was in Indonesia. So when we talked about
the modelling, yeah.
So that's when I won. The day after, we'd been competing for 3.5 weeks, had a big blowout, not been to sleep, and then we had to do the men's guide. So that was the front cover, and that was the starting point for me, because when we started going into it, off the back of that, I got my first ever muscle and fitness magazine. Winning that and getting on the front of that was life changing for me, because I then became a front cover model, so I was more valuable. Because back then that kind of mattered, to sponsors and stuff like that. So that was when I transitioned from a plumber to full time like sports modelling and whatnot.
Because you got sponsorship contracts, right?
Yes. Yeah. This was my favorite. This is my favorite ever one, and this is funny because this came out the day that I won the Arnold Classic in Europe, and my coach was behind the judges, and the head judge actually picked this up because it was the first ever men's physique Arnold show. So the judges had to be told what to look for. And they pulled this magazine up in front of all the judges and said, "This is not what we're looking for." He said, "It's too hard and too ripped. We need it to be soft and attainable." So my coach is messaging me saying, "Do not tense, do not." They've just pulled your, but they didn't know I was backstage.
Wow.
So I won it. I went and grabbed the magazine because someone had it, and I held it up having a picture, and all the judges were just gobsmacked, absolute gobsmacked. So there's.
And you can see how your physique has transitioned, like from I don't know whether it's posing or the physique, but from here to here, it's posing. You can see the lat width and the shoulders.
Well, obviously I've got bigger as we've gone on, but for instance, like certain things we were told not to tense. So let me just.
So you stand sort of normal without flaring your lats.
Yeah, like the men's health and stuff. I got given 3 days notice on that. We was in South Africa. This was a South African one, and I literally ran up a mountain for 3 days every morning.
Yeah.
I was on. This is really bad. Tuna and sunflower oil just for meals because I wasn't ready and I needed to be ready in 3 days. So it was really drastic. And I got there and they was like, right, we need to cover your abs up because they're too hard for men's health. And that was the only thing we could do. I had to like cramp over. But then this was the day after the Arnold in America, pumping up like mad, trying to get as full as possible because that's what they want for that magazine. So it's just
things change over the time,
all just dependent on them. These was in Venice Beach in America. That was blistering hot heat. We did about 10 hours shooting and I was absolutely wiped out 2 days after the Olympia. But you just, you do these things. But all of them have got a story behind them.
It's super cool how you've done it because I know that your office is new and it's your area. You were able to paint this without your wife.
The rest of the house is all neutral colours. Went very erratic in here.
Why have you got Eddie Halls in there?
Because he sent to me and I refused to promote it. Did I give you that? Oh, gosh, I must have done.
What's that?
The pre-workout.
Which pre-workout?
I've opened it.
You've given it away to someone.
Yeah, you have.
Giving them away to people.
Well, you want that one cold?
This is my second pre-workout, Lee, because we drank the first one an hour ago, so it's sort of warm.
Or this cola, whichever one you want.
Which one's
Mike
better?
And Ike. I've never had that one.
Mike and Ike. Let's try Mike and Ike.
Exposed.
No,
Your boobs.
Isn't that nice? You could have shaved your chest.
Bit of boob.
No, I wanted to show it off season. Proper bodybuilders have hairy chest. Look. Ooh.
That's 2 days.
Amy don't like it when I don't shave, yeah.
I don't like it when what?
When I shave.
No, what? No, I disagree with you.
You prefer no hair?
Yeah, quite actually.
This is a good one for the viewers. This is a great one.
Well, cameras
I'll tell you what I find weird.
Go on.
I don't really mind either way, but I find it weird when you've got no hair under your armpits. I think a man should have a bit of hair under his armpits.
Why the hell?
I
We've been
find it
together
weird.
7 years and you've never told me that.
I did tell you
chicken
that.
armpits.
I did tell you that. I find that a bit strange, but I mean.
We won't ask
won't go
about.
into
We won't ask
anything
about anywhere else, Ryan.
I actually shaved my armpits. And I've only just found that out.
No, I have said that to you before. I know you have to do it for your competitions, but I find it's a bit weird when. Yeah, that's acceptable.
There you go. Perfect. You're on it. You're on it. Do you know what? I'm so excited because even just a little tips on when to compete, doing the show, how far away from the British, things like that. Ryan's just like a wealth of knowledge, so I can't wait to get going. And for chest, for me, upper chest is a weakness for me. So I really want to ask him a ton of questions about what I can do around upper chest and getting more thickness. So yeah, I'm super pumped. It's that you've got an equalised physique, right? Because you've done it over a period of time. Yeah, I've come in from a period of time, probably 6 years of doing CrossFit, and that's meant I've got no back because I just used to do those kipping pull-ups. Yeah. And hamstrings because all I'd ever do is squats and quads. Right, okay. Or wooden
Did you
train
find
legs.
that didn't build your back doing kipping pull-ups?
No, and it fucked my shoulders. But you look amazing when you're
Say
doing
no
it.
to CrossFit.
You look amazing when you do it.
Right, come on team, let's go.
$168 days, 5 hours, 20 minutes, 12 seconds for the Olympia, ready? First on the stage, baby, let's go. Right. Hit your number.
heard Simon say to Lee that he wants to improve his upper chest. Most men improve their upper chest, quite easy to get the lower part. So it's all about incline work. So we've done incline dumbbell, now we're going to do incline press, machine plate loaded press.
You've got to keep it in. You've got to keep it in. No editing. So for me, so far, what I'm learning from Ryan, as you can see, I can hardly breathe. Get out of your way. Is intensity. I think that what I'm trying to get from this series is training with people like Ryan. I'm going to take something fundamental away. So even if it's just one thing today, it's intensity. You can hear the heart rate. We don't have to train like a bodybuilder, 3 to 4 minute rest. We can be bang, partner, bang. So for me, that's a massive lesson from today.
But do you know what the other lesson is that he stopped slacking when we're loading the plates up. He's pretending he's out of breath because he don't want to do the plates.
And then it gets past the point of burning, it's just full. But from the first time I trained with you to now, my stamina I think has gone up a lot. Because I was literally dead after 4. I was though, I was dead after 4 reps.
No, I'm joking. Definitely. Put some right size on as well.
One day, Ryan, one day. What I want to know is, do they make Gymshark shorts different for professional athletes? Because Ryan's legs are bigger than mine, and look at his shorts, they fit perfect. Nice bit of looseness, and now mine look like boxer shorts. What the fuck?
If you shouldn't be buying mediums though, should you?
No, these are large, these are large. These are large. My son is always saying to me, Daddy, Daddy, your t-shirt looks good, but why have you got your boxer shorts on? I'm like, I don't understand. You must get special ones sent to you because you're an athlete, right? And everyone else gets like...
Exactly, we got to sell them off.
Yeah.
kg's gone in the right places, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's still...
Got a nice shape, mate, there. Everything's coming through, isn't it?
It's just criticism if you've got some.
So not that pose. So, we'll go through it and then we'll change, we'll have a look at that after.
Just to see, it's that I know that I need more back, hamstrings.
More thickness. Let's look at your hamstrings. Yes, yeah, take one back, yes. Just step back so you get to the thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's thickness in your back here. But you've got the whips coming out, and you have got it there. When you come through that, when you come down, that'll come through more.
It's a dieting in,
Yeah.
Then just...
So abs and thighs?
You mean flabs and thighs?
Flabs and thighs. Just watch. Can you go side to side? Yeah, sound mate. Yeah, so that'll come through. I'd say you're holding, but that's perfectly fine. Quads look good, separation.
I think my legs will be decent size.
Yeah.
Just...
Yeah, chest looks full as anything, which is brilliant. Traps look good. Shoulders, try and get a bit more cap, just because you're quite dominant here.
Yeah.
Just to try and bring it so it's a bit more 3D, and obviously it'll bring your waist in more 3D. This is, but you haven't got a wide waist at all. Do abs and thighs again, just so I can see you. Hands over here and just hit down. Yeah, so they'll come through quite easily, quite well. Double bicep, front double bicep. Nice. You've got to work on the posing a little bit.
Yeah. I'm going to get a
Everything's
posing
there.
coach.
Yeah, everything's there. Just like the side shot, so side tricep. The legs lean anyway already. Legs come.
Can't shoot the legs too far away.
Get that. Get that. Nice. And then can you swap hand? Do that again. Go back into your tricep. This is what you need to be doing as well after every session. Having 10 minutes. Just. You're alright, mate. Come in. Sorry.
Carry on, mate.
So is that how you hit? Yeah. So there's two ways. Obviously, there's that way.
Yeah.
And then there's that way. Whichever you feel most comfortable. But there'll be one way where you can hit down better.
Right, so just put my
Midsection.
Yeah.
That will come tight, but it's trying to start doing vacuums or isotension. I know you're off season, so it's not as important, but the more isotension, the more vacuums you try and do, all that kind of stuff, everything will come tighter and tighter anyway. Even if you're starting to grow, this will, and you'll learn when you're at your desk, when you swim up, you stand up a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
You'll learn to start holding it
In.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can stand that.
Yeah, you can bring it anyway. It'll come in with your dieting, but if you start getting on top of that now, that'll start to,
So I'm just standing in a better
yeah,
position.
you're in a better position. You've got a nice shape, you've got a lovely shape to your shoulders, everything, but because you're so chest dominant, I know you've got blood in there and stuff anyway, if you could bring just slightly more cap, it'll bring everything, it'll make everything look sad.
Add in a little bit more for side delts.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you've got that now. Nice, so that we need to, there's two ways of doing it, either vacuum in, so you're going to vacuum in, the chest goes up. Yeah, so either vacuum in, or we tense them down and hit your obliques. There's two, you're in between there, you're hitting both.
So many posing practice.
Yeah, so all it is, you've got two. You either do the Arnold one where you inhale and you come up and you bring your chest right up like that, or you come across and you hit down on your obliques, exhale, so you bring your obliques through.
Okay.
There's two ways of doing it, you're in between, so you need to pick one. Or you could do them both, vacuum up, hold it, and then punch down.
Okay,
That's
so
always a good one.
More.
Yeah, so you know like Brandon Harding?
Yeah.
He does
He's
the old
looks-
Arnold one where he vacuums up.
I like that one, yeah.
Yeah, so he gets his right chest really high up here. Yeah, like that, and that vacuums up, yeah. Yeah, and you're, like why, I think you're doing that.
Yeah.
You need to relax your shoulders and just sit into it.
Right, yeah.
So you'll come up here, just sit into it.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks way better already.
And you're not doing anything with this wrist. The whole point of holding that wrist, if you watch your bicep, from there you're doing nothing, but you twist, you get peak on your bicep. So you twist your wrist over.
Oh, look at the difference there.
Perfect.
That's like a different look. I look a different person.
Yeah. So a lot of people.
So guys, we just wrapped up chest with Ryan Terry, the Ryan Terry. You know what? It's surreal to work out with him. He is obviously an absolute legend, but he's such a gentleman. And I think we have a mutual respect with what I've been able to help him with, and today what he's already been able to help me with in terms of chest, technique, just intensity, just even overseeing how he trains, and also the posing. So at the end he gave me loads of tips on posing, and for me that was really positive, because I was starting to honestly feel like, am I good enough a little bit to get on stage? And how he moved me around, in my opinion, I ended up looking a million times better, like a different person. So it just shows the power and the importance of posing. So I'm just pumped right now. I don't need any caffeine, any pre-workout. I'm going to be buzzing off this for days, if not weeks. So I hope you really enjoy the content. I think we've got some great stuff, and I'll see you guys soon.